Join Ginger and I as we explore the historic churches of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Our journey will include the oldest church structure in the United States, as well as the Loretto Chapel that contains a mysterious spiral staircase. Santa Fe, itself, is a historic town that lies in north-central New Mexico. Santa Fe lies between Taos, New Mexico and Albuquerque, and is positioned right along the Interstate 25 corridor. The city was founded in 1610, 10 years before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. Founded as the capital of Nuevo Mexico, this makes Santa Fe the oldest state capital in the United States. Originally occupied by the Tanon people, who lived in many Pueblo villages along the Rio Grande River. In 1846, the United States declared war on Mexico. 2 years later, in 1848, the United States acquired the New Mexico Territory, including the town of Santa Fe, through the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. The San Miguel Chapel is known in Santa Fe simply as the oldest church, and it is reported as the oldest church in the continental United States. History claims that the barrio, in which the chapel is located, was founded by a group of Mexican Indians from Tlaxcala. The adobe church was constructed under the direction of Franciscan friars. San Miguel Chapel is the oldest Catholic church built in the United States whose original walls are still standing and which is still used regularly for religious services. Built between approximately 1610 and 1626. In 1865, the 789-pound San Jose bell was added to the bell tower, following its lengthy journey across the oceans from Spain. The San Miguel Chapel is beautifully adorned with period sculptures and paintings. The natural lighting that streams through the exquisite stained glass windows provide an artistic aura to the already beautiful historic church. For over a century, a house across the street from the San Miguel Chapel has been known as the oldest house in the city. While the structure is labeled the oldest building, its actual age is not known. While tree ring specimens taken from Wooden Vegas date to about 1740 to 1767. Portions of the lower walls of one room in the house are made of puddled adobe, an indigenous building technique that predates the adobe mud bricks introduced by Spanish colonists. Although its true age is unknown, this small example of adobe architecture, it is worth a quick look. The owners do not charge a fee to go through the small dwelling, and it contains a great little gift shop. The oldest house is so small, it only takes a few minutes to go through and explore the artifacts that are scattered through the house. Loretto Chapel. Legend states, after the death of the original architect of the church, the sisters of the chapel prayed for 9 days to Saint Joseph, the patron saint of carpenters. They needed a way to access the upper level of the church, but the church was so narrow and steep that a traditional staircase would take up too much room. On the 9th and final day of prayer, a man appeared at the chapel with a donkey and a toolbox looking for work. Months later, the elegant circular staircase was completed, and the carpenter disappeared without pay or thanks. Some believe that he was Saint Joseph himself, having come in answer to the sisters' prayers. The stairway's carpenter, whoever he was, built a magnificent structure. The design was innovative for the time, and some of the design elements still perplex engineers today. The staircase has 2 complete 360-degree turns with no center pole for structural support. The entire weight of the staircase rests on the bottom stair. No nails were used in its construction, only wooden pegs. The banisters were added approximately 10 years later due to the difficulty of climbing the tall tapered stairs with no railing. Notwithstanding the miracle of the staircase, the chapel itself contains beautiful sculptures, paintings, and stained glass artwork that depict the life of Jesus Christ. The chapel in itself is a true work of architectural artwork that inspire and give peace to anyone who witnesses its splendor. Over the years, many have flocked to the Loretto Chapel to see the miraculous staircase. Here they find the peace and tranquility that the church itself evokes. Like many of the historic churches, and they are well worth the time and effort it takes to explore these divinely inspired works of art. The Poeh Museum and Cultural Center, located just north of Santa Fe on Route 84. Visitors approaching the museum for the first time quickly notice the beautiful tribal artwork that adorn the walkway leading to the museum. Founded in 1988 by Tribal Council resolution, the Poeh Museum is a unique hub of Pueblo culture. As a critical resource for promoting and preserving Native American Pueblo art and culture, the Poeh Museum is unique. Like all Tewa Pueblos of northern New Mexico, the Pueblo of Pewaukee was systematically stripped of its heritage, culture, and traditions by European contact in the 16th century. The Poeh Museum and Cultural Center seeks to preserve the history, art, and culture of the indigenous peoples of northern New Mexico. The museum is filled with cultural artwork depicting the day-to-day lives of the original inhabitants. In addition to preserving the art and culture, the Poeh Museum and Cultural Center offers art classes and art studio rentals to assist local artists in their efforts to continue the mission of preservation of the Pueblo culture and art. Roxanne Swenzel was born in 1962 in Taos, New Mexico. She is a member of the Native American tribe, Santa Clara Pueblo. Born with a speech impediment as a child, Swenzel found that she could communicate what she was feeling through clay sculptures. She continued speaking through clay even after she learned to talk in words. In 2003, Roxanne opened the Roxanne Swenzel Tower Gallery in Poeh, New Mexico. Swenzel's sculptures depict emotional portrayals of her own personal experiences. Most of her sculptures take the form of female figures that focus on issues such as gender roles, self-identity, and Pueblo culture. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.